Hey!
Woo!
Nice.
Okay, don't let him flop out.
Wow, look at that guy.
Beautiful, huh?
Oh my God.
A Deutsche Saragoy. It was at Cam Newton's house. Cam Newton rents the house that the koi live at.
Got him. There we are. Nice.
Okay, let me get the koi stock now. This fish is huge.
Hey, what's up everybody? I'm the Pond Professor here, coming to you from Aqualand this morning. We have a team in the water, including Greg Woodstock, the pond guy. We have a large seine net from Max McGraw Wildlife Foundation. We're trying to seine some of the fish out of the pond here in front of our office. Check this out. We have a massive net system going all the way around. You can see the little buoys over here holding it up. We're gonna try to bring in a couple of the large character koi that Greg loves. We put them in the pond earlier this summer so they could acclimate to our water, so they can start growing themselves out in a very, very healthy environment. Now what we want to do is we want to try to bring them indoors for the winter time so we can keep these fish growing, as well as have them showcased in our incredible indoor koi pond. Hey!
Woo!
Nice.
Okay, don't let him flop out. There you go.
Oh, that was lighter than I thought. All right, you want to go for the other one right away or transport this guy
I
right
think we
away?
should transport this guy. Another day at Aqualand. Andrew, why don't you explain what you're doing here, buddy?
So we're gonna do, it's called a biopsy on Flipper. What we do is we take a cover slip for a magnifying or microscope and we scrape the slime off her skin to check for any potential parasites.
Okay.
Wow, look at that guy.
Beautiful, huh?
Oh my God.
A Deutsche Saragoy. So the Deutsche, of course, is
Yeah,
the,
the
scaleless. I just thought with this mark, it was just so unique.
Yeah, totally.
This came from Grand Koi down in Atlanta.
Oh, yes.
Yes, it was at Cam Newton's house. Cam Newton rents the house that the koi live at, so it's kind of a unique experience. I'm gonna call this fish Flipper. So he's got no scales, very smooth. He's super cool. I had never seen a fish like this, but I love this mark on him. Look at that beauty. Oh my goodness. Look at that. That is the queen of the pond right there.
So the reason we're doing this is because Flipper's been in a completely open environment outside in the pond. We want to make sure that just in case she may have parasites, we don't want to introduce them into this pond over here.
I'm gonna pick him up and put him in here.
So I didn't see anything. That doesn't mean there's nothing there, but it means that Flipper is a very healthy fish, so that's a good sign.
Okay, so let's put him in the quarantine tank here, and the temperature's almost identical. I'm gonna try to pick him up the way they do in Japan. I want you to be a blocker because he's slippery, because he's a Deutsche, he's got no scales.
Yep.
Boy, I'm gonna actually stand in here.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
We'll just kind of push him over here to the side for you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's super slippery.
Super slippery.
Nice.
Woo! Okay, and there we go. Back to the other one.
You want to sit in here and we'll pull it?
For moving the Matsuba, Shamu, we're gonna get a koi sock. When you pick up the big ones, they're so heavy, they get blood in their gills.
Yeah, they'll get blood in their gills, yeah.
So we're gonna get them first, and then pick them up in this, and then transport them back to here.
Got it.
Back for round 2 with a koi sock.
So we're having trouble with all the water lilies over here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take that net and kind of drag it through it. The lilies are floating up, so we're gonna try to hold it on the bottom and just kind of keep pushing everything up and into the shallow water. I got her, I got her.
Okay,
Right here.
there she is. She was coming your direction,
Yeah,
Noah.
I know, we gotta be careful with this.
All right, the fish is right here.
Got her.
There we are.
Nice.
Okay, let me get the koi sock now.
It's right here. I got the net. You're good.
This fish is huge.
Yeah, baby.
Holy cow. Okay. Okay, we ready? Okay, you ready, Ed?
Yep.
Okay.
Get a net on it. Get a net. Ready? Yep. 1, 2, 3.
Whoa.
Lifting up Greg with it too.
Got it. I honestly think this fish got bigger since we put her in here. June, July, August, 4 months. This fish has been in here. You know it's a good fish, but it's extremely hard to pick up. So this is my potential Matsuba, 34 inches, 85 centimeters.
Almost 34.
Almost 34 inches. This would replace Ferrari, who is 35 inches. Over here at Grand Koi. Look at that beautiful fish. Once again, the biggest pond it's ever been in. I don't think this fish has ever lived in the wintertime outside. I think it's always been an indoor fish. I don't want to trust a $10,000 koi living outside that's never survived a Chicagoland winter. All the other fish are staying in here. These two are going inside.
Monster.
I know.
Holy
How is that?
Every fish in my pond. I mean, like, she makes her look.
Yeah.
yeah.
So we'll do a biopsy. We're gonna scrape the mucus off her side and check it for parasites.
Okay.
I'm done.
Yes.
So the koi have been doing a fantastic job here in the quarantine tanks. Andrew's been taking care of them as always, doing a phenomenal job. Everything is looking good. So what we want to do right now is we want to introduce them to the main pond. We are going to take the net off that you have over this pond to keep them from jumping, but you pretty much keep that on all the time, right?
Once we put a new fish in, we keep it on for maybe a week or two, and then once they get used to their new environment, then we take it off because then they don't jump anymore.
Perfect. All right, so let's pull this all the way. It looks like you started pulling some of that off. Pull that back. We may need to get another set of hands, so maybe we should grab Noah. 3 of us will try to move these 2 guys.
Yep.
Or girls, I should say. They are comfortable. They have acclimated to indoor conditions. We have good warm water in here. The fish are healthy. But now we want to get them into a larger environment, which they're going to be much better at for the upcoming months. Because remember, our goal for this is to keep them in here throughout the winter months. We can keep feeding them, keep allowing them to grow, but also we have that incredible viewing window over at the other end. So this will make them part of that collection that we're looking for of all these unique fish.
Okay.
So the koi sock net did a good job for us. All right, let's release her. That's a big fish. That is awesome. Very smooth. All right. So we normally don't go through the entire process of moving fish from an outdoor ecosystem into an indoor one. The reason we don't do that is because it increases obviously the overall complexity of everything. Plus fish are actually, especially koi fish, are cold water species. But what's kind of unique about this is there's actually a sweet spot for all living animals. Now these 2 fish, Shamu and Flipper, they came from down south. So they've never actually experienced a long winter like we have here in Chicago. So we wanted to bring them in slowly into the fold. Plus we also love the look of these guys. So we want to make sure that they're on full view. And when I'm bringing all this stuff up is because you can find that sweet spot for all your animals. Our goal with these two particular species, with these two particular animals, is to actually have them as these big giant showfish. By bringing them indoors, it's actually going to increase the growing period for them. So we'll be able to continue feeding them throughout the entire winter, because normally in an outdoor situation, their bodies are going to shut down. They're going to start slowing down. They're not going to eat nearly as much. So by bringing them indoors, having them in a warm water type of an environment, we'll be able to feed them, we'll be able to care for them, but we'll also be able to pack on some more of that mass that we're looking for, because we want these two giants to be really behemoths. We want to give them everything that they need, which is why we also put in this incredible window behind me. So we went through the time, the effort to make sure all these different pieces and parts are together, so we might as well take advantage of it. Now, I remember the pond guy was actually supposed to meet me here. I have no idea where he's at. I hope you enjoyed this one. We'll see you soon.
So not too many people know about this. The Aqualand Spa, and this is where I'm warming up. I love my job.